Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of For the Fans Podcast. We are here. McKay is not because he told us last minute that he was flying back from somewhere, so we're giving him a hard time about it.
Yep. What a jerk. Decided to work for a living.
And
Shame.
he's even questioning why I'm calling him a liar.
Yeah. He wanted to get his input and he just didn't give it to us. Even though he said he would. So his input doesn't matter.
And then
It's invalid.
Tyler just decides to go missing.
Yep. It's almost like the Falcons. They just missed the offseason. Just disappeared.
I thought you were gonna bring out their rookie that just got thrown into jail.
Well, it'd be funny if Tyler was in jail right now.
Gosh, that'd be sad. I will say it is kind of sad because that rookie was apparently really good. I saw they got like 10 sats in the season.
Yeah. No, I was a little bit shocked, but that kind of, I won't say that's going to be kind of like, I feel like the norm for the upcoming years of the NFL, just because you're creating with the whole NIL stuff prima donnas and divas and people that just think they're above everyone else and giving them tons of money, and that kind of just continues the attitude. And I feel like that's kind of like how he was. He just resisted arrest, kind of did what he wanted, and kind of had a big head, I think, in his situation. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I wonder how much comes down to a coaching structure because I feel like it's always the case where there's always one or two players where they have off the field issues and it's usually coming from the same team and it kind of streams together. But then once they get rid of like coaching and kind of change up the management a little bit, it either changes for the better or for the worse.
yeah. Well, the way I see it, though, it's like if these kids are changing teams every year, there's not really any structure. They're just there for a year and then they move on. Can't really develop them. You can't, you can't teach them life lessons because they'll be gone in a year. So it's unfortunate. Young talent gets wasted yet again.
I will say, McKay, I take back everything. You are a real hero for testing the brief things that we had asked for.
Right. Good job, McKay, when he hears this. Eventually, maybe.
Yep. Sadly, I'm gonna see if I can also handle this later, but I may try to set one of you guys up for just the streaming because I'm actually not gonna be here for draft day. So if we still want a draft episode, it's not hard. You're basically signing into an account, test everything that works, and then just press go.
Right. Yeah.
All the hard stuff is configured.
Yeah, I've done it before, so it's more of just like you said, just knowing how it works. So.
All right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I can also make a how-to document to troubleshoot things for you guys that you can reference. But anyways, we'll discuss that off air more. But
Right.
let's discuss the Super Bowl, which I think you were probably the most important person to be here because your team won it. So,
yes.
Let's start off. Where would you rank this in all Super Bowls of all time? Because you have said before that you like the defensive battles, and I will say, this was a defensive battle for sure. I mean, honestly, Christian Gonzalez kept you guys in that game for so long.
If the Patriots would have won, I guarantee you he would have won MVP of the Super Bowl.
If he didn't, I would be upset.
I would have been furious because I have always been in support of Christian Gonzalez. Like, he is an absolute
he looked like the
Maniac.
best player on your team.
Yeah, he's smart. He knows how to position. He knows like when he gets beat, he knows how to catch back up, like and not put himself in a bad situation. Like the guy is an absolute baller.
I mean, there was one pass where I think it was gonna be like a 40-yard pass, and Christian Gonzalez just leaps up in the air and just like towering a
Tips
foot
it.
over the receiver and just bats it away. I'm like, dang, that was impressive.
Yeah. So I feel like this one's definitely not like one of the better ones, just because there was scoring, but it came late, and then
There was a lot of punting, a lot of.
yeah.
I will say,
So
Sam Darnold did not look good at all.
yeah, I I kind of put like there's yeah. So overall performance, like it was 100% a defensive Super Bowl game that they just were like, yeah, we're not letting anyone score. Like it's just that's the way it was, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to settle for field goals and stuff, so obviously the Seahawks played better, but just overall defensive game, it was just fun to watch that they tried to fix things and it wouldn't work, and they tried to fix it, it wouldn't work, and it was just like showing that it was like an impossible game to beat a
Hmm.
defense, and it was cool to watch.
I'll say.
Definitely not top 10, but I would say it's higher
Oh, you liked
up
it,
there.
Ogalai. Okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't put it in top 10. I'd probably make like maybe in the top quarter of Super Bowls played,
Okay.
just for the fact that it just showed you like if you have a defense that can play out of their minds, and I've seen plenty of these defenses, it's
Hmm.
just it doesn't matter what you do, you're just not gonna score on them. And if you do, it's by like a sliver.
Yeah. McKay has the opposite opinion. He says that this is actually towards the bottom for him,
I can see that. Like
which
I
I
know a
get.
lot of people didn't like because a lot of people want the flash. They want to run up the score. They want to see 7 touchdowns in the game. It's like, yeah, but then that's just an offensive game and no defense. You
I will
know?
put this in the middle for me personally.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks pass rush defense was very good to watch. I think Christian Gonzalez was great to watch. I don't think either quarterback had their best game. I mean, for Drake May, I
No.
blame no pocket time and his receivers are not that great. Sam Darnold just looked really, really bad, which is why Kenneth Walker basically just did everything for that team.
Right.
So for me, I
Well,
was
that was
like,
the one thing they did well was their pass or their run protection.
mm-hmm,
You know, and I don't know if anyone else noticed, but they were doing kind of the same thing the Patriots were doing earlier in the year, where they would bring in instead of a tight end, they'd be bringing in another tackle, another guard to
mm-hmm,
be on the outside, and then it was just like,
just
you know,
lots of
6
big men.
big bodies, yeah, and it's just like that's hard to play against, you know. So, but
But yeah,
yeah,
I
I
say this is in the middle for me. There were things I loved about it, and then there was just a lot of lull points that I feel like where it was just kind of like, okay, this is kind of boring right now.
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't say like it's on my bottom half of my list because there's plenty of other Super Bowls that at least in
Oh
my
yeah,
lifetime, that I would say yeah, that was a lot
how many of
worse.
those are from the past 10 years with the Chiefs?
A lot. Actually, no, the last one was actually probably the best Super Bowl ever. Just watching them get absolutely trounced.
Gosh.
And
Oh,
that's the one thing
I
I
thought you
will
were gonna
say.
say Tampa Bay Brady beating the Chiefs.
No, that was also another good one.
That I think was a little bit more dominant.
That was just satisfying. But I don't, I'm glad that it was a hard fought game.
Oh
Plain
yeah.
and simple. You can't tell me that they didn't belong. That's what everyone's saying. Oh, we'll see what happens with the easy schedule. It's like, no, I'm sorry. Seahawks were blowing people out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their defense was great and it showed, but then the Patriots defense was just as good.
Patriots defense looked good, and I will say, because we have talked about, especially me, talked about how the Patriots were schedule merchants. I think that despite this loss and despite how bad your guys' offensive line did, I think the Patriots still looked pretty solid. I'm like, I
Right.
think they deserve to be here, but it's looking ugly on why they should not have been the ones there.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you, I can't remember what Super Bowl it was, but it kind of reminded me of the Super Bowl where the Patriots went undefeated.
Oh,
And
was
the
that with the
defense for the
Giants?
Giants, the front four played out of their minds and then made Brady not be able to really do much because there's so much coverage going on. And it was a defensive game again, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing. It's like if a defense can get to the quarterback within under 4 seconds with four guys,
I would
you're going to win
say
the game.
I would say 3 seconds. I think
Yeah, it's
four.
like,
Some quarterbacks can do a lot with 4 seconds. I think
right.
three. Good 90% of the
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
yeah. So, so I'm okay with the game. What about Tyler since he just joined?
One of the more boring games I've seen in a minute.
Makes sense. Don't deny it.
No, I don't
Well,
mean to make
just
you a defender, but
top half or bottom half of your list?
um, it's hard because I still enjoyed it. I've had games that I've enjoyed less by a
Mm-hmm.
long shot. I would probably put it somewhere near the middle. Like
Yeah,
just
Hey,
not.
fair enough. That's fair enough. I think that's a fair enough. Like I feel like that's what everyone's stance is that actually knows football and not just
are you saying McKay doesn't know football?
yes, because he likes excitement. He likes excitement. He likes, ooh, I like flash. He's like that, like the cat with the laser. As long as the laser's moving really fast and going all over the place, you can grab its attention. But as it goes slow, it loses attention and just walks away eventually. And I can say
Okay.
that because he's not here to defend me. So
Oh gosh.
it's wonderful.
Obviously,
So,
though, just a defensive battle on both sides, which I still enjoy seeing. I love a good defensive battle. Like, just because it was low scoring doesn't mean it was interesting. It was entertaining to
right,
see both sides go to work and play some solid defensive football.
right.
I obviously a masterclass in a defensive line, like just complete pressure with four guys, just and anytime they brought more, it was bad. So, but beyond entertaining, and I think just further evidence. I feel like in some ways the NFL is almost, I don't want to say been trending away from defensive sided football, but just a good reminder that hey, these games can be won with nothing but a solid defense.
Right. And the thing is, it was up until the second quarter when they had the turnovers. That just proves that like both sides of the ball was playing well. It's just the defense was shining more.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. As soon as that turnover happened with the pick six, it was over. Like it's done. Like they were playing too good on both defensive sides, and they weren't really allowing too much on offense. Like I knew as soon as they had a shift out, I'm like, yeah, it's over.
I
100%.
think this also highlights the difference between the Seahawks and the Texans because
Yeah.
even though, both rely on their defense, one team had an offense that could play football and one had an offense that probably should be playing high school level football.
I will
And
say that the Seahawks did not really play much offense.
No. Kenneth
I,
Walker,
I
again, he had his 50% on the over game where he played out of his mind.
but I think that was kind of the game plan. I mean, they got ahead early and then they ran the ball the rest of the game. Yeah, their throwing game was non existent. And part of that was, some injuries and different things like that. But it wasn't like an exciting offensive game, but I think it was a consistent offensive game and one that
Right.
a safe offensive game. Because once
Right.
you're up like that, the last thing you want to do is start turning over the ball. So
Yeah.
They'd do an occasional pass, and then they stuck to the run. It was, I mean, honestly, it was beautiful, picture perfect football. It was
Yeah.
solid defense and a slow but aggressive offense.
Yeah.
And I think to say that it was non-existent would be I would have to disagree with, but I do think that it was not high caliber. Like I don't want to be quoted by saying, "Oh yeah, Seahawks have it on both sides of the ball." No, clearly not. Not their high offense is not their highlight, but I think they have a solid enough offense that they can put some distance between them and any team, regardless. Because I think we can all agree the Patriots have a solid defense too. And the fact that they put up 30 points on a solid defense in the Super Bowl, I think is solid offense.
Yeah, well, some of it wasn't all the offense, but yeah.
I would say the defense put them in most of those positions.
Yeah.
I would say the defense gave them lots of opportunities, and definitely it was just one touchdown off of defense, right? One.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right, but and
one, and then a lot
more turnovers, but the offense still had to capitalize on that.
I mean, did they though? Because a lot of those came from field goals from turnovers.
Yeah,
inside kicking range.
They did enough to get them in range, but then even then, it was still like pulling teeth.
Right. Oh, totally.
Getting there.
But
yeah.
I mean, if you consider that they put 30 points on the board with half of it from field goals, that's them getting the ball back into field goal range on just about every single drive, even if they can't get past that. And I think that's credit to a solid Patriots defense that they stopped them anytime they got into the red zone. But all of those field goals were, I mean, they were tap-ins, especially for a kicker like Myers. So they had to get the ball there. Right. And then they, got into range, get the ball, got the points on the board. So
I will say, I don't think we're giving enough credit to the Seahawks punter, because a lot of those punts were...
Dude, he has a boot.
Painful. That dude's a beast.
But so should we sidestep real quick and just briefly go over the halftime show so we can get it out of the way?
Yeah, I mean, I want to know what everyone else's thoughts were. I don't think it was phenomenal, but I didn't hate it.
Go ahead.
There was a couple things I didn't like, obviously, for certain reasons. But one, the dude is a mumble rapper in Spanish. You couldn't understand him.
Oh yeah,
and people that say they did
people that
are
even
lying.
Understood the language were saying that it was not great audio.
Yeah, I'm fluent in Spanish, and it's like, dude, he was mumbling. Is what it sounded like. You could understand like a decent chunk, but majority of it, he's a mumble rapper. That's what he is. It's the same thing with it in English. When there's a mumble rapper, you don't know what the crap they're saying, and they're just making noises and have a catchy tune. And so that's what it was, at least for me, that it was just like mumbling in Spanish. And it was just like, oh, okay. And then it just, I feel like the quality wasn't really, it was cool how they did the bushes and stuff, but
all the people.
I feel like, I just felt like there was too many small intentional messaging going on and not trying to entertain everyone. And that's the only reason I didn't like it. It's like the subliminal messaging was there, and it's like, yeah, you tried to hide it or try to make it very minor, but it's like, we saw it. But
I thought it was visually fantastic. Like, I thought it was super fun to watch. Between everything on stage, everything with the fields, to everything with the dancing, the wedding was fun. Like, just everything looked
was an actual wedding,
super
by
cool.
The way.
Yeah. Someone told me that later, which I thought was even cooler. But like, I mean, you could have muted the show, and I would have been just as happy. Like, I realized that Bad Bunny is not like my music, but just Did not care. I agree. I could never understand him. I like a lot of Latin music.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
love it too. I
fluent, but
listen
I
to it all the
understand a
time.
fair amount of Spanish.
I was half
And
expecting Daddy
this,
Yankee to come out.
I was waiting for that, to be honest. Once they
Well,
started playing
I was
Gasolina,
gonna say when they started playing Gasolina, I was like, is Daddy Yankee
I was
coming out? Heck yeah.
like,
yeah.
hold a second.
And I enjoyed Lady Gaga's part because I actually understood it, and I thought it was a fun twist to make it give it kind of a Latin
What was that
feel to
other?
her.
What was that other dude? He's a super famous Spanish singer. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I liked him too. He was entertaining, and I could.
Well, he's
Honestly,
like highly touted.
when it panned over away from him to like the other stage, and there's a woman standing there, I will be honest, I had my expectations that is gonna be Shakira, and I would have been okay with it.
Shakira comes back again, yes.
So like, yeah, so like, oh, it's Gaga, gross.
She is not my favorite, but I do like her voice. So if you could have like had her voice over the entirety of the show, would have loved it because enjoyed watching everything happen and it flowed really well. But just did not anytime Bad Bunny was actually singing, I was like, dude, stop.
Yeah.
I'm sure people would be beyond offended that that's my opinion on him. But um, I I really feel like um it was I saw a couple people say this, but they're like, there's no way as an audience member you would be able to see anything going on. So at what point do you have to just say, why are we even doing this on the football field? Like in my mind, it's like if you're going to do like a halftime show, maybe do it somewhere else because at this point you're just doing a show for those watching it on TV. You're no longer doing it for
Yeah.
the actual stadium.
Why not do it on the practice field?
Yeah.
Because I bet the Super Bowl tickets to justify some of it is basically you're getting a quote unquote free concert, even though the viewing may not be good. You get the live performance as well.
Yeah, and it's always a big thing, but to me it's just ridiculous that it's like in past years you can see how it was like, yeah, this is a show, and while it's always hard to see when you're in the audience, you can still tell what's going on. This 100%, like half of it was inside of buildings, half of it was him like running through the fields of grain where you couldn't even see him. Like very little of it was like up on a platform or somewhere visible or him singing to the audience. It was all him singing to the camera.
Yeah, I think he
So
tried to bring his culture into the Super Bowl show, which I thought was
I
cool to see on TV, but it makes it very difficult for the people there. But at the same time, like, you give and take a little bit.
At first glance, I thought they were going to be straight up marijuana plants. I'm like, dude, no way that's about to happen.
Well, they had to
that would have
censor him
been
too.
wild if they did that because I would have been like, holy smokes, that guy swung for the fence.
And I agree. I've got no issues with like the culture part. I do agree some of the messaging. I was like, okay, yeah, we of course have to have politics here. Would have preferred you just being like, here's the coolest parts of Puerto Rico, and been like, here's what we love, and here's my favorite parts of my home. Instead, it was
Yeah.
like, here's like the worst parts of Puerto Rico, and it was like, all right,
Well,
dude.
and it was more too of the whole like, ooh, oh, we all need to love each other, no matter where we're from, and they like emphasize that. I'm like, yeah, that's not what you said earlier. So it's like you can't say that because you're contradicting yourself.
Right. Right. Anyway. Sweet. Well, there's anyone who was curious on what three dudes from Utah thought about the Super Bowl
Hey, whoa, I am not from
halftime show.
Utah. I will vehemently
Three
detest that.
dudes, three dudes currently living in Utah think about the halftime show.
I guess I lived in Florida and have some Puerto Rican friends, so for me, I was like, this is kind of nice.
Wait, we talking about refs?
I guess we're moving on to refs, which very, very quickly, McKay has said that he feels like the refs didn't really factor in too much in this Super Bowl, which, I agree with. I think they let a lot of stuff play and kind of let the players play, which is something that we always ask for, and I appreciated that.
There was only 2 calls I
Matt, is
griped
that
about.
okay? I was gonna say, let's hear Matt. What's the
There was 2 calls that should have been called unsportsmanlike conduct and should have had
I think that's
ejections,
fair.
but it never happened. And if it would have, especially the first one when Stephon Diggs got punched in the head, they would have had automatic first down. They would have been within the 40-yard line of the Seahawks territory, and it would have changed the game because they would have gotten 3 points or a touchdown. And then it would have been, I think it would have been tied game as well if that would have happened. And I feel like that was a huge miscall when someone got punched in the head in front of a ref. It's
Yeah,
like we've seen
that's
that
always...
numerous times, and people get tossed like without even a blink in the eye. Flag comes out, they get tossed. But that didn't happen. And I just felt like that was. And there's some other cheap shots on the sidelines I didn't appreciate. But the one to Stephon Diggs, I think, regardless if he turned around to get back into the guy's face, he still got hit in the head. And if you want to stick to all the other stuff, like I feel like that should have been called. Regardless of the outcome of the game or what it have done, it needs to be called.
I always wonder how much the refs actually see because there is a lot of chaos going on most of the time. So it makes me wonder what they actually see slash notice.
The replay, the ref is literally looking at him getting punched in the head. Like he's watching it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. And it just would have changed the flow of the game early on. So it would have had some points instead of having 0. And that would have, I think, played a factor. And I just going back to just like the inconsistency throughout the whole season, we have to have consistency. That's all I ask.
But we never will.
Full-time refs. We've talked about it before.
I still don't
but
think
I just think it's just ridiculous that there's some things they call and some things they don't. Yeah, they did really well with letting everyone play, but in reality, no one was really blatantly doing anything heinous while they're playing. There wasn't any crazy holding. There's a little bit of tug here and there, but I felt like both sides played relatively clean football.
Right. Especially when you have 2 pretty strong defenses, they don't feel they need to have some of those more dirty plays to make plays happen.
Right.
So I feel like that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that at the end of the day, the plays that we're mad about are penalties that were missed and not penalties that happened.
Right.
That were like, that shouldn't have happened. So I'm glad, even if we're not excited that it happened, I'm glad it was that way.
I wouldn't say that because that's how we had the Saints versus Rams issue that happened.
Should have been Saints.
Because that was a play that did not get called, and that would have won the Saints the game.
Yeah. I guess that's true. Yeah. I just think they need to incorporate technology a little bit more. I think that would be the biggest fix. Allow to challenge a play itself and throw the flag for something that was missed.
Allow to challenge a penalty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, hey, that guy held our dude. It should have been holding because he let him get out of the pocket or he prevented the sack by holding. And hey, if it's clear holding, bam, gets overturned, penalty gets assessed.
Then you'll just see teams start hiring a new position, which is like rules moderator, and you're just there to basically be like, hey, no, we should challenge this. This happened on this play.
Yeah. Well, it should be fine because it's just like normal challenging plays. Like you have a very short window to pull the trigger or not. So
Yeah, and some of those are just. Ooh.
Yeah, but
I think it would be a mess.
eh,
Interesting idea. All the same.
yeah,
I think you should be
but
able to challenge penalties.
yeah,
Have someone
Are
in
you
New York.
saying all penalties?
Yeah, have someone in New York because there's people from New York watching every single game. Call
yeah,
someone up there and review it with them because there are many times where the refs make a call after quote unquote reviewing the play and it was like a 5 second review and everybody at home and even the people in New York and commentators are like, that was the wrong call there.
yeah. Should be able to be overturned.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so we're going to talk about the positive or the negative first.
You mean the positive being the Seahawks one, right?
Correct.
To
I
be
don't know.
fair,
I feel like we've almost covered a lot of this, but
We
I don't
did.
know how the NFL would handle another Patriots Super Bowl win.
Yeah. I think we've covered it enough.
Oh
I
yeah.
think the one thing we haven't talked about is my opinion. The only reason the Patriots lost this game is because two guys on the left side of the old line decided not to show up for work.
yeah, that's fair.
That literally is the sole reason. There's been reports. There's been people throwing the blame in the locker room towards Will Campbell, and then him just skipping media and just going home back to the hotel. And he didn't talk to anybody until like I think Monday morning. But I feel like they know why they lost. And the one thing I will say is I've seen a few videos of like the tunnel when Brable's like shaking the hands to all his players like he always does. And just what he was saying to his team makes me really comfortable that they are going to be back and being contending in the playoffs next year.
Oh yeah.
Like Vrabel is the coach.
Vrabel is a very
Like
good coach, and the Titans were stupid for
everyone
letting him
that
go.
says that he messed it up, I will say, why the crap were we not running the ball with Henderson and Stevenson? But I'll digress. Because we've been asked that question for like 4 weeks. But I don't think this is their, oh, yeah, finally we got rid of them. I don't, that's not going to happen.
I will say, I think the Patriots will have a much harder time next year because they're running the first place schedule. And I was doing the math earlier this week. I think it was this season the Patriots played against 4 playoff teams before the playoffs started. Next season they're going to be going up against 9 teams that made the playoffs this season. Not saying it's impossible, but they definitely got a tougher challenge ahead now.
And if they beat everyone and make it to the playoffs and have the same record, can we finally admit that they're a good team and not just easy schedule?
Hey, I said before, I'm like the Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
I said at the start of this. I said at the start,
I know.
the
I'm
Patriots
just
looked
teasing.
good. I'm just saying
I'm
they're
just
going to have a
teasing.
harder time this season. I
Yeah.
think they can do it, but it's gonna be a little bit
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we've covered that pretty well. I guess we can move on and let it be in the past and move on to the awards, which after they've actually came out, we actually were all pretty spot on with most of these awards.
Mm-hmm.
Even early on in the year, we were pretty accurate. So
Still think the comeback player of the year is kind of dumb. That one was like pure
yeah,
popularity.
yeah, it's a popularity. I just feel like it's an award for those that get injured and they come back.
I mean,
Like
CMC's injury wasn't even like
Patrick
that
Mahomes will probably get it
major.
when he comes back in
Oh,
2 years. Like,
he'll for sure get it. Here's the
like
thing.
it's just
I,
yeah,
I'm more willing to give it to a player that misses an entire season because of an injury,
right.
or depending on like the severity
Versus
of the
halfway.
injury.
Yeah,
I'm like, if I remember right, CMC's from last year was basically just like he was out for like 2 games and that was kind of it.
yeah. It's like you should get the award when you die and come back to life. Is that valid?
If you, I think it should be a. Gosh, I think it should be if. Gosh
Oh,
dang it!
jeez.
I'm thinking of Damar Hamlin
You're
now.
welcome. You're welcome.
I think you should get it if it was a severe injury that basically took you out for the entire season or 90% of the season, or if you had like a season or two where you just did nothing, nobody really knew who you were, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're top 5 in your
Him.
group. I think you should get it
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. I think it should be performance based, not injury based, because it happens all the time with injuries. So it should be performance.
I think it would be a
I would like
combination of
that.
both even.
Yeah. What about offensive coach of the year? Josh McDaniels.
I don't feel like that is
I'm in the
what
same boat.
I would say.
I'm in the same boat. I'll be honest. I think he did well. Did he do the best in the NFL? Probably not.
Yeah.
They never do.
Yeah. And then obviously the coach of the year.
I think Vrabel was a good one.
It was honestly a toss up.
I think Vrabel and Cohen were.
Cohen, yeah, like it was going to be. Yeah, that should have been, but of course, some people just don't vote right.
Because I mean,
well, and so here's the question for you guys: do you feel like for this to be a fair award going forward, that we need to start? Like, should it no longer be a popular? Like, should there no longer be public voting?
I mean,
should it be purely statistics? Should it be an authoritative audience, kind of like rankings?
Well, here's the thing, because we're gonna go over this later, but some of the voters for these awards are very heavily biased.
Yes.
Sure.
They shouldn't be influencers. They shouldn't be announcers. They should be, honestly, I think it'd be really cool if they just did the coaches. Like if it's an offensive coach of the year award, let the coaches vote.
I like
who
that.
they think
and
is best.
That would be great.
For yourself.
Yeah, you can't vote for yourself or your same team.
I think do that for every single award. So like MVP, all the players, offense player, all the offensive players, defensive. I think that would just make it a much better award.
Yeah, because you're getting an award from your peers versus the watching people. Because then you can really get a good sense of like, oh no, he was MVP because we played against that team. He was leading them the entire time. He was help motivating them. He's different in the locker room. It's like you get a different perspective, which is the perspective we should care about.
Agreed.
So I think, keep it. I think that would be great. And then obviously just have the caveat like, you can't vote for the person that's on your team. You have to vote for someone else on a different team.
Which I think would be kind of nice and very interesting, because then it would be like, how bad is some of the blood for some of these division rivals?
Jets just vote 100%, like to just vote out. They opt out.
Bears and Packers will probably never vote for each other.
No.
But even if they don't, I mean,
it's only one vote.
Who knows? Yeah.
And then you take a collective vote. Like you take a collective for the whole team. You average it out.
Each team submits their person.
Yeah, and then it's a one vote per team.
I think that would honestly do great.
Yeah, because you don't have influencers putting in their 2 cents where it's like, you don't know.
You don't have Dan Orlovsky saying, "Oh, I love this player. Me and him are friends. We hang out all the time."
And then they don't.
Oh boy.
But, what about the rookie of the year? I think we all almost called this one.
I think we all went this way, and I think it was deserved.
Defensive rookie.
Myles Garrett finally has someone opposite of him that's able to take pressure off of him, and if the Browns could figure out offense, their defense is actually so good, but their offense is just so bad.
What about
Um,
McMillan? What do we
uh,
feel?
honestly, I feel like not many of the offensive rookies did a whole ton. I think he was one of the better ones. So
Right.
I don't I don't have anything to really like complain about, but at the same time, it was also just like eh. I think he did the best out of all of them, but overall, I don't think anyone could really
Right.
brag a whole
It
ton.
was hard to, yeah, it was really hard to have like a clear front runner. And then what about offensive player of the year? JSN.
I can agree with that.
I can too. I feel like he stood out way more than everyone else. Close second would be Puka, in my opinion, because
Yeah,
he, yeah,
man.
yeah, he did a lot. But and then the most controversial is obviously the MVP.
the
I
I will
think
say,
it's such crap that people are like, "Oh, it's about time he wins." I'm like, no, that's not a good excuse. It's not a. It's not a lifetime achievement award. All right, sorry, but it's just yeah, he played like his yardage of throwing the ball is amazing. Yes, but guess what? Every quarterback can throw the ball. Like he had like a yard of rushing. Like so, he's literally a one-sided player, and I feel like that shouldn't be an MVP. Plus, with last year's voting, technically Lamar Jackson should have won, not Josh Allen. If you're going off of based on statistics,
that I always love looking at these things and
so
deciding.
that's my negative to this award. Is like I feel like Matthew Stafford, he didn't do anything above and beyond what he normally does.
That's
So
not
why is he
true.
the
He
MVP?
he is the MVP because he and Dan Orlovsky are very good friends.
Yeah, seriously. And the fact that there's like the whole, I think it was just bad timing too. The whole everyone's trying to go after the Patriots. Don't allow Belichick first ballot, and then Robert Kraft not first ballot. It's like
No,
y'all just hate the Patriots. Like
Bill
honestly,
should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. The fact that he is not a first ballot Hall of Famer is criminal.
right. But the way I see it, a couple years, what you gonna not let Brady in because you didn't like him because he's on the Patriots?
Oh, if they don't let Brady in, it's gonna be an uproar.
If that happens, dude, I will go and burn down the Hall of Fame myself because it's like
Don't do that.
are you guys are cracked out of your brains. Like you do not know football.
I
But
I think
yeah,
Brady is
I
a first ballot.
think
I think Bill
yeah,
Belichick should be a first ballot. I think he was robbed. I will say Peyton Manning 1000% deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
right. You should. Yeah.
Ah, I need to look up the
But
Hall of Fame class again.
yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like it just wasn't me for me, it just wasn't enough justification to have Stafford as the MVP. It just wasn't a convincing, you know, for me. I just feel like it's like I don't know. Plus the fact that like the Rams were good the year before, and then you just I don't know. If you take everything into account, it just doesn't make sense to me.
So
So
I will say this was a like very strong class. Like Drew Brees, I think Drew Brees should have been a first ballot. Fitzgerald,
Breeze
I think Larry Fitzgerald deserves to be a
should
first
have,
ballot.
yeah.
Luke Kuechly didn't play for a super long time, but when he played, he was one of the best
He he
linebackers.
was dangerous. Yep. So that
I agree
makes
with that.
sense.
Adam Vinatieri, I can
Makes
agree with
sense,
that.
100%.
Roger Craig is the one that I'm like, I think Bill should have gotten
Who?
in, but the running back for the 49ers.
Yeah. Don't even know who he is.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh, he played way before our time.
Yeah.
Ooh, like
Right.
I think he started playing in 1983.
Dang.
Yeah, because he is 65 years old.
Hmm.
So a guy who's been up probably in the voting for a long time, and they decided to put him in. No disrespect to him, because this was a very tough Hall of Fame class, I don't think he should have gone in over Bill.
Right.
And I don't like Bill, but Bill should have been a first ballot.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Craziness. Alrighty.
Yep.
Now,
All right.
now we head
Predictions for
towards
next
the
year.
end.
Yep.
Super Bowl 61 predictions. So Tyler dropped out unexpectedly. So Tyler pits the Bills versus the Rams, which I can see a little bit.
Yeah.
Bills, I think, have a lot of cap space, and I think they'll be able to make some adjustments to what they need. McKay is saying the Bills and the Bears. I'm just trying to think. I'm like, I don't know how the Bears get past the NFC West, but the Bears were holding their own against the Rams, so
Yeah.
I can't fully hate it. All right, Matt, what you got? I know it's gonna be Patriots go back to the Super Bowl.
Oh no, it's not because
because of the Super Bowl logo color theory.
no, it's because of the weak schedule theory. So we're going to see the Browns in the Super Bowl for the first time ever, representing the AFC, because they will have the weakest schedule next year. So they will go all the way to the Super Bowl.
You're telling me that Pro Bowler Shador Sanders is
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
Gosh.
Because it's his second year as a quarterback, and he has the easiest schedule. So he's going to win. He's going to go to the playoffs and dominate and go to the Super Bowl and win. Or actually, he'll probably lose. But, hey, he has the easiest schedule, so he should make it to the Super Bowl. And then NFC side, let's just say it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns for the Super Bowl.
The worst Super Bowl that I could picture. That is painful to think of.
Hey, but it's the way it's going to be, man. You got to go with the weakest schedules.
The only good side that I can see of it is that I would love to see Myles Garrett get a Super Bowl ring. Oh gosh, you're actually writing it in.
Yeah, I am. Gonna lock it in. Gotta go with the easiest schedule, because that's what matters in the NFL, right? Is how easy your schedule is, and it's guaranteed to get into the playoffs.
Well, that means getting into the playoffs. That doesn't necessarily mean going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, it'd be just like the Patriots, because again, they had the easiest schedule, and the Browns are gonna have the second easiest schedule. So if not Super Bowl, they'll make it to the AFC Championship, and they'll be playing the Jets as well, because they'll have a weak schedule.
I saw a statistic where people were saying the playoff Patriots had a worse score percentage than the 0-16 Cleveland Browns, and I'm just like, oh boy, this is not going well.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'll go even further than the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Jets and the Browns for the AFC Championship.
I feel sick.
And then in the NFC, it's going to be the Cowboys and the Giants.
Hey, Jackson Dart, though. Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, the Cardinals.
No.
Oh.
Come on, we got to be serious about this. These are real predictions. Come on.
Yeah, because the Cardinals are going to do nothing for 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Except play Call of Duty. That's all they're going to do.
Yeah, they have a midget for a leader. They're not going to do anything.
Gosh. Oh, boy. Okay. For those who haven't seen Super Bowl 61 logo, the colors are like orangish and then like a teal/sea foamy green.
Yeah.
So
seeing that it's going to be the Seahawks again back to back.
No,
I've
been seeing
the
Jaguars,
Bengals.
Bears. I've seen Broncos, Eagles.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I feel like the Broncos Eagles one is actually a very sneaky good pick.
It's not far off, but I feel like the Eagles are going to drop off this next season.
Yeah,
I feel like they're going to lose a lot of people.
And I'm looking at the AFC, and I'm like, okay, who could it be from the AFC?
It's not
I
going to be the Chiefs. Everyone needs to put that to bed right now.
I think I'm saying it's gonna be the Broncos versus the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are gonna make it back.
Yeah. Like, it's not a far off pick, honestly, doing the
I
Seahawks again.
I want to say Jaguars and Bears, but I don't want to be that ballsy again.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler comes by right at the end.
Oh, nice.
It's
So,
time to have my voice heard on the most important issue.
oh, did you hear who I decided the Super Bowl 61 is going to be?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Did you
let
write it
me
down?
recap
Oh
you.
boy. Oh no.
And you could probably guess who it is, because,
Take a guess, Tyler. Take a guess.
who do
Well,
you think I have?
unfortunately, as you said it, I pulled up the sheet and I can see that you have Dallas and the Browns.
Yep, that's who it's going to be.
Good
The
for
weakest
you.
schedules in the NFL are going to win, because that's how it's done, apparently. It's all about
Can
your
this
strength of
just replace
schedule,
the Pro Bowl instead?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Now,
I
if it
believe
comes
it.
true and it's
I'm
those
rooting
two
for it.
teams, if it's the Browns and Dallas, just remember, I didn't ask for it. I was kidding.
If it is the Browns and the Cowboys, I don't think I will want to watch that Super Bowl. Here's the thing. I joked about how this past Super Bowl there was no winner on either side. You were either a fan of the Patriots or you were a fan of Seahawks, or you just did not win. There was no winning. Cowboys Browns Super Bowl, everybody loses. No,
Yep.
if the Cowboys win, everybody has to listen to "We Them Boys" for the next 40 years again.
With enthusiasm this time.
Yeah.
Relentless
'Cause it's real.
enthusiasm.
And if Cleveland wins, everyone's just gonna be like, "How the heck did we let this happen?"
Right? It's like, what did we do wrong?
What that is a sign that humanity has gone wrong and something needs to change.
Right.
That's so funny.
Oh boy, gosh.
Well, let's hear your defense, Tyler.
For mine,
Mm-hmm.
I just think that I think Rams and Seahawks are both pretty evenly matched. I'm just going to say it went one way this year. I think it'll go the other way next year.
I can see that.
And I think Bills are going to put together a better team this year. And honestly, I like the Bills, so I just hope that they have a good shot at the Super Bowl. The Bills are kind of to me, what McKay's Bears vote is to him. I assume there's a little bit of favoritism there, but maybe he's being sincere and he really believes the Bears next year will be the team.
I mean, the Bears almost beat the Rams.
True story.
They beat the Packers 2 times in one season for the first time in like 30 years.
Yeah. I think in all sincerity, though, I think the 3 teams to beat in the AFC next year are going to be the Bills, the Patriots, and the Broncos. I don't think as of right now, no one's going to be really relevant other than those 3.
I agree with you for the sole reasons that the Jaguars are going to be losing some key players and we have no space and no
they're just getting gutted.
Yeah.
It's like they had their chance and now they just lost everyone.
Which I'm not mad because, I mean, James Gladstone did what he had to do, but Bulky put us in such a bad situation for cap space that we're just having to eat a lot of it right now. I've seen a lot of people, because there was that famous game that I sent out to everybody that was a web link where you can like be the GM and like make different changes to different teams, adjust the cap space, sign players, release them, restructure the contracts. Very cool thing. I think it was like Armchair GM or something like that. I've seen a lot of people adjust it and make it where we keep both Lloyd and ETN, but man, there are some ugly moves that have to happen.
I might have to take a look at that.
Yeah,
because I kind of already have my own algorithm for the Patriots to be pretty much unstoppable next year.
Yeah, if I could find it again somewhere. If you find it in the chat. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the Armchair GM thing.
Yeah. I personally think, though, like if they can do everything right, which I feel like they will, they need 3 players, and the Patriots are going to be a problem next year.
Yeah, I can see it. Travion Henderson looks good. I think you guys get good receivers.
There's two guys they were talking about. One plays for Green Bay, and he's a tackle.
Okay.
But from what Mike Brable was saying, he says he's going to keep Campbell out there. But honestly, if they get a higher caliber, just put him in as guard, and he'll be fine. And then they just need one superstar receiver that's not AJ Brown. So I feel like he'd just be more issues than really anything. And then we need to pick up
he's
Max
locker room
Crosby.
cancer. Oh yeah, I was like Max Crosby would be a good target for you guys.
And then target in the draft. I think I told you guys on the thing, or I told somebody. Target the guy that played for Indiana with Mendoza.
Fernando.
He's a big dude. He's a receiver. Like he's great after the catch. Like he run after catch is crazy with him. Can't remember his name right now, but
kind of like how DK Metcalf was his first couple years.
Yeah, and it would be over because then they'd have better protection, still have a run game, still have a deep receiving core, and then they add to their rush defense. Yeah, no one would want to play the Patriots if they could pick up Max Crosby.
You got the cap space.
Yep. They would have to get rid of the first 2-round picks to get Max Crosby, but I feel like it's a good investment because having him and Milton Williams, are you kidding me? Like, that would be a disgusting defensive line.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that one has. Sorry, I was pulling up cap space, and one has not updated quite yet. I don't think many of them have updated. But surprisingly, the Titans have the most cap space right now.
I don't think that's too surprising. Makes complete sense.
Okay, fine.
That makes sense.
Seahawks have the 6th most cap space.
Yep.
That is kind of terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
But Kenneth Walker is set to be a free agent, so I can see them re-signing him.
They'll have to pay him. And then I think one of their guys on defense.
He is asking for a ton.
Yeah. Well, and they have a couple guys on defense that they need to re-sign as well.
Yeah. I think I saw K9 was asking for like 3-year, $115 million.
Yeah.
Which I think that's way too much.
Yeah. That's such a big cap hit, though.
And
like for any team.
Like, I like running backs, and I think running backs definitely deserve to be paid, but I'm like, you're asking for a 3-year with basically $30 million a year. I mean, good on you for wanting that value and basically the insurance if you get hurt, because running backs get hurt all the time. But
right,
if I'm the GM, I'm looking at that. I'm like, you are asking for way too much money. I could go out and sign like 3 other guys that may not be as good as you, but they'll get the job done, especially when they have a Zach Charbonnet in the wings as well.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, why not offer him, hey, we'll give you $19 million a year and guarantee 18 of it. Like, if honestly, that's like the best deal he could probably get. And that's the deal I'd give him. Like, yeah, I'll guarantee 90% of your money.
And
like, that's how you keep people. Yeah, you pay them less, but then you bump up the guarantee and then they'll stick around. Don't give them 115 million, 40 million a year. It's like, and then only guarantee 18 of it. It's like, dude, how about you just give them a 90-10 split? Like, if they say no to it, they're just stupid. Yeah, it's a risk on your part, but you can keep the cap space down if you do that.
Right.
But yeah, but should be interesting. I'm excited to see kind of what happens with the draft and
I'm not.
all the free agency moves.
I think James Gladstone, my GM, is going to do something. I just don't know what, and it makes me concerned.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling he's going to do everything he can to trade back into the first round.
Yeah.
Because he was aggressive in free agency, and people just told him no, but that wasn't for a lack of him trying. So
Yeah.
man, the Chiefs are just in cap purgatory.
Yeah.
They're so ass.
Oh,
Even if Travis Kelce leaves, they're still in the negative.
Chiefs are
Like
real bad. The
they're
Vikings
so
is bad. Holy crap! I didn't realize the Vikings was so bad.
their Raiders are even bad too.
No, Raiders actually have the second best.
Oh, did they finally pay off all their coaches this year? Actually, I
don't
think
think
they
that
did pay
affects
off
the
their
cap
coaches this year.
space.
Yeah.
The Cowboys have the third worst.
That makes sense because it's Jerry Jones.
I also have heard that Justin Jefferson is trying to get out of Minnesota and has said that he wants to go to a quarterback that he's played with previously, hinting at either Joe Burrow
Never
or
gonna
Sam
happen.
Darnold.
I could see him going to the Patriots.
If Justin Jefferson goes to the Seahawks, oh.
I don't think that would be a good move for him just because of JSN. It wouldn't be good for either one of them. Whereas if he went to the Patriots and we didn't pick up Diggs again and we just kept, who we had besides Diggs, I would like that. You had a clear number one and the rest are supporting. And they're okay in those roles.
I mean, he could also go to the Chargers and, play with Herbert, gives Herbert someone to actually throw to and be reliable with.
Yeah. I'm being selfish. I'd like to see it. It'd be nice.
Or Jefferson could go be a Jet.
Yeah. That too, if he wants to chase money.
It's always the question when players are like, I want to win, I want to get the Super Bowl, and then a team comes by and is like, hey, we'll offer you $20 million higher than the highest paid position or highest paid player at your position. They're like, oh, I no longer care about winning, I want that money.
Right. I will say I don't want Diggs back.
I don't think I blame you on that one, honestly.
Especially with the last news, the last part of the season, all the baby mama drama and everything he brought to the Super Bowl. Mama. It's like, it's like you did not put your team first. Yeah. And sorry, that's unforgivable.
They rarely do.
Take your 1 year contract, take your couple million you made on top of it, and move on. And they just need to get someone else besides him. Because Matt Collins is a freaking psychopath. I love him. he's just amazing.
He's awesome.
Yeah. They got Booty is good. Douglas is good. I can't remember his name, but he's the white guy. His name is weird. Last name's weird. I can't remember it right now. But they just need a clear number one superstar, even a vet superstar, and they would be better off. But not Brown or Hill. That's all I ask. I do not want either one of them.
All right, but with that, I think that about wraps up season 7.
Agreed.
Until next time.
Yep. Anything you guys want to say before we close out for the season?
There's a possibility this might be one of the last shows I get to be on, guys, and I apologize for that.
What?
My schedule is getting insane, and my kids are getting older, and my nights are just, I mean, you saw how late I was tonight, so I apologize, but...
Well, don't apologize, just still show up and have
those
some
kids. Just kidding.
I really do prioritize you over them, but my wife didn't like that, so...
Yeah. Well, we
if
can
I want
always
to keep
have
my
you
marriage
on as a guest.
Your wife is an active supporter and viewer of this podcast.
She is. One of our primary supporters, always commenting.
Now, I'm surprised she wasn't here tonight for when I said that I see the Broncos going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I have to let her know. I think she's still messing with crying kids in their bedroom, which is been the problem. Is our kids have just been having a rough couple of months.
Oh,
yeah,
I would love to still be an occasional guest.
Yeah, we could always have you come in as a guest.
Come in whenever you feel like.
Right.
I appreciate that.
But with that, I will see if we can get one of the other three to stream for draft, as I will not be here for draft day / kicking off
Oh, that's
season 8.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably do it. I'll just have some, soundboards going off, music.
Hey, I mean, I'm
Make
not
it
in
sound like a
control. I'm not
rave.
there. I do not care.
Have Burnt
That's
Peanut
fun.
playing in the background.
Good luck. But with that,
Yep.
we will see you guys on next season
Yep.
for you guys. If we get everything for draft figured out, you guys will see everybody on draft day. For me, I probably won't see anybody until late August.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Should be good.
Good night, everybody.
Adios.